So, before I begin the message, I actually had two objects for today, because when we started our object lessons, I had them for 5 weeks, not knowing at that time our hymn sing would be next week. So I have a very brief object lesson I'm going to do before our regular message. Now you can blame Al for this. Al almost stumped me with the object he gave me. This is why I said you're in trouble, Al. I was even scribbling down notes as late as this morning and going over them with Warren. Because Al gave me this. And he says this is a stitching needle used to bind together telephone wires. And he even gave me a YouTube link that I watched 3 times to see how it was used. But I had to go vague, I had to go more general with this tool than the specifics. This tool helps bind cables together that help us communicate. Pretend we all still have landlines. I thought I'd go in that direction too, of, we don't use things so much anymore, but no, okay. So the tool is used with a binding string. The two things are used together to bind these telephone communication cables. So, in trying to think spiritually of this, what helps us bind together good communication with one another? 2 things. Scripture tells us things like, be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. And there's about 30 other scriptures at least that talk about communication. And also prayer. Praying that the Spirit will help us use the words we are to use or not use the words we are not supposed to use. But use words to build up one another, to encourage one another. Starting with one-on-one relationships, this tool binds 2 cables together at a time, and then the next 2, and then the next 2. Starting with one-on-one and then being joined to the others. That's all I have for this. It'll be a little while before we do object lessons again. Al, you're not allowed to participate next time. Just kidding. But today we come to our last object.